stitches. I finished my Spider-Man blanket last week, and today I want to show you how I made it. Here you can see I am working with a small knitting machine. This knitting machine is by the brand Mattel and has 16 needles. I'm using this knitting machine to make tubes. I made 21 tubes, each with 290 rows. Each row is marked by the passing of the brown needle that pops up there. Each tube is made up of pixels. There are 29 pixels in each row, and each pixel is 10 rows long. Right now I'm working on one black pixel, so when I get to 10 rows, I'm going to stop and switch colors. I have now completed 10 rows of black, or one black pixel. I'm now going to switch colors to red and complete some red pixels. You can see I'm moving my left hand around a lot. This is because I have to hold the machine steady and maintain tension in the yarn at the same time, all with one hand. As the tube gets longer, the work starts to fold in on itself and push upwards, which can make stitches fall off the needles. So I've got to be really careful here to make sure my legs are not pushing back up on the work. So that is all of the red done, and now I'm going to switch back to black again. You may be able to see that the white yarn here is already worked in knit. I'm actually reusing this. I had started this project last year, and instead of making tubes, I had been making flat rectangles. However, the blanket ended up being way too long and just gigantic, and the flat panels weren't working very well, so I undid all of my work, and here you can see I just had a little bit of white left, so I'm unraveling it as I'm going and working it into this new tube. When the work gets very long, I will tie it all up into a knot. However, you can see it didn't really shorten it that much, it's still hanging down. I have reached the end of this row and I'm now going to cast off. I am rotating the needles without using any yarn to prep the machine for cast off. Then I'm going to use this needle and hook up each stitch to secure them so it will not unravel. I'm just straightening out the edge of the work so that it will form a rectangle. And I'm going to straighten out the other end as well. This is where we cast on in the beginning. Now I'm going to untie my tube so I can fold it up. This is the whole tube from start to finish. Putting together all of the tubes was like a giant puzzle. So you can see I'm folding it up a certain way here now, and that is to keep everything organized, keep all the tubes in the right order so that I didn't get them all mixed up. Once each of the 21 tubes are finished, I then sew them all together. I'm using a mattress stitch because it is a way to invisibly seam knit work. It works really good on the tubes. By the time I finished this project, I could do the mattress stitch with my eyes closed. The mattress stitch is so well hidden that I can use gray yarn to do the seams, even in the black and red sections, and the gray yarn remains completely invisible. Now that every tube is sewn together, I have to finish the edges. I finished the edges with a row of single crochet. There were many yarn tails left at the end of each row, and some of them were tied together so that they wouldn't unravel or come out of my work. So here I'm untying them. All of these tails are going to be crocheted down. To prevent bulk, I'm going to cut off a lot of the length of the tails. With the tails cut shorter, I now started to single crochet from one corner all the way across the bottom of the work to the other corner. I picked up the top of each row of knitting through the front and back of the work, so both sides of the tube. I made sure to hook up all of the waste yarn along the edges and did a single crochet around everything. This was my first attempt at binding off the edges, and I really like how it turned out. Weaving in the ends is the very last step of the blanket. And we are finished! This blanket was made as a gift for Christopher, and here he is trying it out. Thanks for watching!